and how conservatism interacts with that reality. And we're going to start with a quote by Robert Heinlein from Starship Troopers that says, "When you vote, you are exercising political authority, you're using force. And force, my friends, is violence, the supreme authority from which all other authorities are derived."
Partially, and ironically, it's not racist to judge everyone who is white as being born as a racist. You see, that's all right. However, claim all black people are born.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Caucasian Sasquatch channel, where Sasquatch Shills, and I don't really have a second line for that one. However, I have a couple of little duties I want to do, and then I'll get straight to the chat. Hey, Fiona. Saw you earlier today. I was really busy. I couldn't really stick around long. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. But I'll get to the chat in just a second. Let me do all this out of the way. And um, that's what I get for hammering Red Bull before the show. I lost everything. That's good. We're professionals here. We know what we're doing. So I got a little thing that somebody wanted me to share out, so I'm going to play it at the beginning of this. It's probably going to be my copyright strike, but who cares? It's all a thing we do, right? So get that out of the way. That out of the way. We'll get back over there where we can see what's happening, and we're going to let this roll. That beautiful bean footage.
This will be disturbing for most, but how many of you remember this? This is Aurora PD on August 1st of 2019, where they held 4 kids at gunpoint, aged 6 to 17, on hot pavement while they lay there screaming for their mom. This was supposed to be a Sunday fun day getting ice creams and nails done. That turned into a nightmare for this mother and kids. Mistaking their minivan with Colorado plates for a stolen motorcycle with Montana plates that had the same numbers. But join the KDOT Experience Show, where KDOT will be interviewing the mother, Brittany Gillum, and we will be doing a short question and answers after the interview. We hope to see you there.
Fantastic. You got dates and times right there. And check out GJK. The party. He's got some cop watching stuff. He's got some paneling stuff he's getting into. He's got before I go any further, the intro song coming in is our Lives Online by Cognitive Talks on his channel, Cog Music. Typically, there's a card there. Sometimes I get a little bit of a weird copyright strike that doesn't appear to have anything to do with Cog. He doesn't seem to know anything about it. Some other thing. I guess maybe it shares a few bars or something. I don't know. Hey, DJ, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Glad to have you. So, with that, we're going to go straight over to my next little tidbit that I dug up today. And I was originally going to do this show as a "What does Sasquatch?" That seems boring to me. I've already watched all of that stuff. So instead, we're gonna do a little different format. I'm not doing the TikToks and stuff. I'm gonna go with a different thing. We'll see how it goes. But let's roll with Ozark Yeoman and a few words of wisdom.
If you want to conceal carry in the state of New York now, that's still illegal. Now you can jump through all the hoops, try to get one, and then they'll deny it, the permit and all that, begging your government for permission to not let the armed robbers kill you. But that will still be a felony, and you will still be arrested for a felony because they have a very select list of this George Soros-funded Attorney General of New York. Has a select list of crimes that he either won't be prosecuting, period, a lot of them, or again, like armed robbery, bump it down to a misdemeanor. Because if you are concealed carrying and you are a citizen wanting to protect yourself from this new and greater threat, as crime is up skyrocketed, again, it's like the 70s again in New York, then while you will still be arrested for a felony. Unless you, I don't know, maybe claim you were on your way to commit an armed robbery, well, then maybe it'll just be a misdemeanor, slap on the wrist, and let you go on your way.
Riveting. That man had a southern accent. If that man had an English accent, he'd have a doctorate. That is Ozark Yeoman yet again. And this is the Carnal Conservative of previous guests. Now, I'm working on Ozark Yeoman. He's come through the chat a couple of times. He's aware of what I'm doing. He knows I want to have him on. He's just real super shy or something. I'm not sure. So we're doing this one tonight to kind of show that he doesn't have to be on screen. He can just show up and let me play a bunch of his little rants. I don't know what you'd call them. They're not all political. He does reviews and stuff too, which is pretty cool. We got about 10 seconds of the 15 seconds of this one, and I think some people might appreciate the sentiment.
The simp, however, the simp is going to be constantly tagging the female in question. He's going to be bugging you, and he's going to be in your DMs. That's one of the biggest tips off right there, is as soon as the simp is going to rush to your defense, he's going to ping you in the DMs. Now, I have had situations where I have been in the defense of a lady online. God help me. And normally she's the one who contacts me first. In fact, always. The lady's one like, hey, I see you're chewing into this fool. Yes, I am. Because it's fun, because they walked into it, because they deserved it, because this is the internet. Enjoy. Now, the gentleman is not going to give you attention. He's going to attack the attacker. He's going to attack the one who initiated violence, who
I have a disagreement with him on the violence part, but okay. I get what he's trying to say. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to bring up the man, and then we're going to go through chat. Let me make sure I get the right one back here. Don't remove him. Bring him up here so we can see his little emblem. No, you're not supposed to be in here. Go away. There we go. Ha! I'm a paleontologist. Okay, speaking of paleontology, welcome to the show, tow4life. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty spiffy. I'm enjoying myself. Oh, okay, Steelers. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so we're going to go back to the big screen. Who we got here?
Them are my two nephews. They started after they got out of college. They started their little rap career.
I want to stop you right there. Don't put the word "little" in front of things just because they're younger.
Oh well, you know how that goes.
Know how it is. I catch myself doing it too, but it might be the whole world to them, man.
They're grown men, so you know.
Okay, they ought to be able to deal with it then.
Right.
So they started their little rap careers. Gotcha.
But yeah, they. I don't know. I just since I had a YouTube channel and I had a lot of friends out here and whatnot, I just started promoting their music. When they'd put up a video, I'd put it up, and just trying to get more known.
That's the name of the game, ain't it? It's get spread around like greasy peanut butter. So we're gonna take a moment right here. We're gonna take this moment at 11 minutes, and we're gonna go through the chat and go say hey to everybody, and we'll see who got what and where. Now,
all right,
we'll start at the very top over here in StreamYard, which of course Canada is watching was the first one in here, but he was way early. Me, a bunch of testing. Mama Gnome popped in for a second. Hello, Mama Gnome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Harry, I say hey. Probably sitting next to you. Christina Bell. So we got Canada's watching gets the gold. Mama Gnome gets the silver. And Christina Bell gets the bronze. You go, girl. Welcome to the show, each and every one of you. Now, we got Northwest Kentucky Audits, which is Northwest KY Audits. He can post his link when he gets ready. Road Dogs is here. He's backstage with us over here. I don't know how much he's going to pop out and talk when the time comes, but we got 47 minutes left for to get tow4life out there, and then we're going to do a panel. We're going to do the usual after show panel for about 30 minutes. We're going to try to get some people's OBS up and running, some people's StreamYard going, and try to get a test done. We got some stuff we're going to do after the show if you want to stick around and look at it.
Right on.
tow4life's actually showed up in here. American Justice Audits, AJA. Well, how you doing? Anyway, officially Forest of Monsters. Judd, will you do me a favor and post his link in the chat for me again? Appreciate it, man. It's good to see you too, Judd, by the way. Welcome to the show, officially Forest of Monsters. I'm going to show part of your trailer this afternoon, and we'll get a general idea of what people think about it. I like the trailer. I really like the trailer. I just got to work out how to do an interview where everybody's understood properly. That's the only holdup. I was going to have him on this afternoon, but I want to do that right, and I don't think I was prepared to do it right. So that's what we're going to do. We got Cheese Bear. How could I possibly miss Cheese Bear? I bet you I went right by 3 of them. That's terrible. I'm a terrible host. I'm a bad person. And Russell Sperry, he's always a good standby. I like having him around. He also asks good questions when the time comes. I like that. Canada is watching, of course. He's still hanging around. Fiona Rawls, I've been catching her live streams, and we might disagree on some points, but your eye for framing, like your set, your scene, when you check out what you're going to put behind you and then you sit down in it, that shit is flawless. I'm not sure exactly where you trained for that, but you got me beat with a stick. All I know to do is fill up the rest of the frame with my hair. I can do. So I just go with it. Background looks like a DMT wormhole. Block. And let's see who else we got. Sci-Fi Bra, welcome to the show, brother. I'm gonna throw the link in after the show, and y'all can come up if you want to. I'm not gonna be doing a long one, but it's gonna be intense. It's good to see you, brother. Glad to have you. DJK. The party is in here. Welcome to the show, brother. I appreciate having you around a lot. It would be real neat if you did some of that super magical sharing magic that y'all big channels out there get to do. Some of that community posting shit. That'd be awesome. You know, like the little banner says, share it. It's free. Judd's in here. Welcome to the show, Judd. I appreciate everything you do for the channel. That man, between him and Cheese, they make the other half of this channel. All I do is get up here and act like a dancing monkey and show y'all some neat stuff I found on the internet. They are doing the actual work. They are posting the links. They're the ones actually promoting y'all's channels. Let's see. Hey, yeah, I hope everyone's excited too. Dude, y'all are chatting almost as fast as I'm rolling down. All right, I think we got everybody. If I missed anybody, go ahead and type in and I'll pop up with you.
And I say welcome in, everybody.
Welcome. All right. So, we did that part. We did this thing. We got this video. It's your nephew's, and it's your first video, which makes me, let me see if I can find the right one.
You know about cars? Yes. I'm a paleontologist. Oh, it's okay. There's dynamite in this bag, too. I am a paleontologist. I'm a paleontologist. Paleontologists study really old stuff. Like,
and in this case, it's a really old video because I'm a YouTube paleontologist. In case anybody's wondering, that's from Deary Off the Wall. You can find it on Amazon. It used to be on Prime, but now you got to pay for it. You want movie glory of that quality. Tiger King would be proud. We're going to do this thing. And you want to explain anything about them before we go?
I mean, like I said, it's pretty cut and dry, man. They're college educated boys. They're good boys. They played college football for a small college in Ohio called Baldwin Wallace. And I mean, this is what they right. Yeah, this is what they did now. This is what they do now.
Fantastic. Let's see what it is.
She wants some action, she wanna ride the wave. I ain't got time for these bitches, only got time to get paid. So I'ma bring these racks in, put it all in the safe. I don't need love and affection, loyalty's what I crave. These niggas be acting, these niggas be fake. I'ma start subtracting if you're not built the same. I just found my traction, I'm in a whole different lane. I'ma follow my passion at the end of the day. Jumping water, you're drowning away, yeah. I got money to make, yeah. If you owe me, better pay up. I ain't got time to be playing, I ain't got time to be laying up. Slam dunk on these bitches. I had to run in the digits. I did it. Yeah, I ain't never felt this way before. When you down, I'm the only way to go. Hold it down, forever solid, you my bro. All these racks coming in, I can't even hold it. All these racks coming in,
All right, they definitely got a little bit of flow there, no doubt there. Although I'm not a huge fan of the auto-tone.
Right.
Yeah. But hey, each his own, man. Lyrics pretty dope. Gotta say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of their songs have got a lot of auto tune in it. Some of them don't. There's some that are not really auto tune. So,
Who's this? My first cop watch. You want to explain the cop watch?
Okay, so it's funny. I just put that up there just kind of get everybody's attention. My first cop watch really wasn't a cop watch. I was actually, I was live on YouTube at the time that all this transpired. I run my studio or my computer setups in my garage. I live in Texas, so it's decent out all year round, so I can do it out in the garage. And I had the garage door open one night late, and we were on live on YouTube, and well, I heard some noises outside, heard a girl screaming.
Okay, we'll go there. We'll go from right there because that's exactly where I've got it started up at.
I think I already know what you're going to clip, so I got you. Screaming out the window, and I'm going, what the?
So the car was stopped.
It was stopped right there, heading that way. So, and then I heard her start saying, help me. And I got this flashlight and went like this on the freaking car, like that. And then he turned on, for some odd reason, I must have startled him. He moved up a little bit, then he stopped again. Then he turned on his hazards. And then I turned off the flashlight and I stood there and watched him. But I couldn't read his license plate because I got glasses and shit. I can't see that right. So then I hit him up with the flashlight again. And I didn't know if he was looking at me or not or whatever. And then he took off down the road towards A.W. Grimes.
Okay.
And then.
All right. I think right after there, you start trying to like dox yourself or something.
Oh, did I? No, I don't think I did.
There's some names I don't recognize.
Which I really, just the town and all that. Yeah. Which I really don't give a shit, dude. I don't care if anybody knows who I am. I ain't got nothing to hide, so I don't give a shit.
Still, it's policy of the show. I try not to dox. I do my best.
Thank you. I don't want people to do it, but like I don't care if it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't blame you a bit. I'm a little bit careful. My wife is convinced I'm going to get hit by an entire gallon of milk one day on the outside of the road,
right?
Or maybe an open can of tuna. I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, I had a guy send me an entire Polly Pocket set one time.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I gave it to my kid. Like, really weird people out there. That was just for being a comment troll, man. I was just talking trash.
Right.
Hey, 420, welcome to the show.
420.
Yeah, it's his name, 420.
Yeah.
No joke. Literally. His entire name.
Steelers fans should always be afraid. I guess. I guess.
Officially Forest of Monsters is apparently a personal friend of Turtle Man.
Oh, I love the Turtle Man.
Agree with Turtle Man. Yeah, he's a sport. I'm going to work out a way to do a show with this guy. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out whatever it is I got to figure out to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. It's it's just too cool. Let me go ahead and show that trailer. I'm sure he's biting at the bit. That's not it. Nope. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Everybody see everything? All right. It's going to be a little loud when it pops out. It's supposed to be. Savage. Look at that man. Right? See, I saw that and I was like, I got to talk to that guy. I got to figure that out. Whatever it takes to make it happen. Hopefully I will be able to get Ozark Yeoman on here real soon. Like hopefully Saturday. That's what I'm aiming for. And I might be able to get him set up with a little review show. It gives me 15 minutes alone in a room with him. I'll change his life. Um, he could do most of it from his phone. Kermit D does that. If y'all are familiar with Kermit D's channel, um, Show Me State Auditing, I think. Show Me State News Now, something like that.
No, I'm not familiar with that one.
He does these reviews of auditor channels, which are pretty cool.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like that James Freeman thing, but it's from a more earthy perspective, I guess you could say.
I actually thought when I first started roaming around the chats and talking to people and everything, that actually was going to be my first that's what I was going to do at first on YouTube. I thought, okay, because I've had a channel for a long time, but I never published it. So you couldn't actually look it up and go see it. It was just me, my name, but there was nothing there. But I ended up publishing it, and then I started putting content on it. That was kind of the reason why I put my nephew's videos on there, was to actually have some videos on there. So if anybody went and looked me up and they went and looked, they would see that I had something there. You know what I'm saying?
Your channel very well doesn't exist until you put some form of content up. Even if you exist as a channel and you're functional and you even have a few subs, if you don't have any content, when they search, it doesn't come up anywhere near the top.
Right. So originally that's what I was going to do, was just I was going to audit the audits. And I when I started knowing people, I actually got a hold of Road Dog. Somehow I got in tune with I got Road Dog's number. And
he's a good egg.
Right. And Road Dog he put me in line with a couple of auditors that are already been out there and audited, like Authority Check, MLH, things like that. So I went to like three of them, three auditors, bigger auditors too. One of them's a real big auditor. But I did all that on my own. I reached out to him on my own and asked him if I could use their videos, edit them down, do some voiceover, talk about them, and things of that nature. So that was the direction I was going to go with my channel, was doing that. But then, talking with Road, what's that?
We had a bot come in. Judd deuced him out before.
Yeah, Judd be working it, bro.
Judd be working. Yeah.
So anyways, the more I got talking to Road Dog, then I started going a different direction with, with what I was going to do. And I still ain't even completely for sure what I'm going to do. I think my channel is just going to be a whole bunch of whatevers. If I just feel like I want to put something on there, I'm going to put it on there.
I get it. The real reason I started the channel was to have this show that reaches out to current active YouTube creators, not so much to boost your channel as it is simply to meet the different creators and to see what kind of a difference these people have amongst themselves. And as a personal observation, I am certainly far more narcissistic now than I was when I started YouTube.
Right. Yeah. I started watching these audit videos probably, I would say 4 to 5 years ago, and I fell on them on a whim. Actually, my brother-in-law was like, "Hey man, let's watch this." And we started watching them. And then I kind of was like, "Man, that's pretty interesting, man." So I watched more. So that's how I started watching them. All the old school guys, High Desert Community Watch, things of that, SAX to see Perez in Texas, Texas Sheepdog, things like that. People like that. SGV back in the days when he actually audited.
Right.
You know. So, anyways, Class with Bow, James Freeman, you know, whatever. But anyways, so I had been watching these videos for a long time, and I'm like, that's cool, you know, and I was just a watcher, which that's what I consider myself. I'm a watcher, but now with my YouTube channel and me running around in chats, I'm a supporter. Like, I try to support people, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you want to call it, but I try to support
I gotta say
people
this
out here.
every episode. I love Harry Nuts. Harry Nuts has one of the coolest channels on the YouTubes, man. He runs around apparently all over the country just doing the weirdest shit you come across. But Harry, I got a question for you since you're here. Have you eaten any alligator tail yet? My man, you are missing out. You need to eat you some dinosaur. Go get you some dinosaur fillets. I'm sure it'll be real tasty, man. Anywhere down yonder in the whole Florida panhandle thing, you can just get you any old random spot will have alligator. Hey, Jody, welcome to the show. Glad to see you. Hey, Harry, good to have you. All right, man, go ahead. I'm sorry, I was just
No, that's all right. I seen you smiling over there and kind of giggling, and I thought, what did I say that was fucking funny? But then I seen over in the chat that Harry Nuts was here, and I knew exactly what you was thinking.
Welcome to the show.
But yeah, so
yes, alligator is good, Harry. You are correct.
Yeah,
and delicious.
So I started popping around in these chats, man, and chatting with people and getting more involved. And then, you know, I started meeting people and not meeting them on the YouTubes, you know, not on, you know, not whatever. But so I don't know. And then I started doing panels, which we haven't got to that point yet, which you're there now.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like I've done this before or something, huh?
Right on. So I'll let you go on that, and then I'll talk about the panel stuff later.
Now, this is an entirely random segment picked completely at random, I swear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's up, Caucasian Sasquatch? How you doing?
Sasquatch, what's going on, buddy?
Narcissism.
Yeah, Bow is a character.
Yes, he
Hello,
is.
Sasquatch.
Anytime you watch, go ahead.
Bow's probably on like 13 hours of streaming right now today.
I'll be putting it in, dude. You do. All right, I was just fucking. No, basically, anybody who's not familiar with how a panel goes, you start up a Restream or you start up your Streamlab, StreamYard, whatever, OBS, however you're going to do it. You invite in various people, you give everybody equal screen time, and you just have a discussion about some general topic, or you just chill out and hang out, or you just talk about whatever the hell you want to talk about, really. Hey, Wandering Hippie, welcome to the show. Glad to see you. Russell Sperry's in here still. That's good.
What's up, Hippie?
Let's see what we got. There he is. Sometimes it's hard to catch them things. Skadoosh. All right, so basically, you see how it goes. This panel, everybody knows how panels work. That's the way it works, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't need a whole lot of explanation. All right. So let me ask you this. You are not an auditor per se, or a cop watcher for that matter, right?
Right.
All right. So what is your opinion? What was it Road Dogs call you, a panel whore?
Yeah.
What is your of the what do they call it? Sub sponge that panelers get from auditors. That hosting an auditor is almost a surefire way to pick up a handful of subs, sponge a few views off of a real auditor, like Truth Be Told, who's great, by the way. If you're not familiar with Truth Be, hey Ken Squatch, welcome to the show. It's good to see you again. I'm kind of wanting to get him back on just to say, hey, how you doing? We'll do it in the 6 month mark. We got about another 2 months, 3 months.
I think people do that. I think you're right. I think people do that. I don't care if I get a sub or if I don't. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't bother me a bit.
Right.
I just like the content and talking to the auditors, because there's a lot. Like I said, I've been watching these guys for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, like Joe
So
Cool, been out there forever.
yeah, so I mean, so like when I get to meet one of these auditors, or on panel, or one of the what people so called the bigger names of auditing, let's just say like NC Tyrant Hunter.
Right. I want to.
Like I was a huge fan of NC Tyrant Hunter before I even stepped onto YouTube and started chatting in chats or doing anything. And now I talk to NC Tyrant Hunter on a daily basis. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like I just wanted to meet him, pick his brain, which I do. Like, I mean, so it's, to me, I like picking their brain and watching their content, and, you know, and supporting them, you know, when I can, you know, I'm in their chats, likes, comments, you know, moving that algorithm for them. You know what I mean? There's a couple auditors that I'm joined to their memberships, you know, that I actually pay every month a membership to be on their, and the support. And if I like what you're doing, I'll super chat you. I mean, I'll send you, you know, Cash App. I've Cash Apped a couple auditors that were, you know, down and out. You know, I actually cashed app. I do want to go cop watching since I've I guess I won't say I don't have the balls, but I don't know. I just don't want to do it by myself. So that's kind of why I don't do it. But like, I've reached out to a few people, and there's going to be times when I'm going to be in different areas of the country, because I go back home, because I'm not from Texas, but I'm from Ohio. So I go back home, and there's an auditor up there that I talk to all the time, and I'll probably go do cop watching or auditing with him. There's a cop watcher in Florida, and I may be taking a trip to Florida where he's at anyway for an unrelated thing. So I may go cop watching with him, you know, just things of that nature. I've talked to Authority Check about going over to where he's at in Texas and maybe doing a few things with him. And World Citizen News, obviously, he's not far from me, so we've talked about doing a few things. So I'm going to probably have some cop watching content on my channel of my own that I went out and did, you know. But at that point, am I even going to call myself a cop watcher or a auditor? I don't even know. I think I'm just going to be more about supporting them and just seeing how I feel. I may go do it once and not like it, you know. I may not like the feeling of the cops giving me shit, you know what I mean, and all that, because I've been arrested and all that in my lifetime, and I don't like it, you know what I mean. And I've been in jail, and I don't like to be in jail. So
let me tell you my jail story. I got a good one.
Go
so
ahead.
I got picked up for a little bit of weed in my pocket. They took me in, stuck me in the Hilton suite up there by myself. And I was in there for a few hours. Directly, they came and got me to process me and release me, and walked me up to the desk duty sergeant on duty or whoever. I walked up, put my hands up on the desk, looked him straight in the eye, and said, "This is the worst hotel I've ever been in. No turn down sheets. Turn down service was terrible. There's no room service. I didn't have a phone in my room. My window sucks. There's no toilet paper. The sink has zero pressure. There's not even a shower in my room. No conjoined bathroom." And I did it all just as stone faced as a fucking judge, dude. And Home Cuz sat there just as stone faced as me and twitched just the slightest little. And he turns and goes, "Hey, Donna, this motherfucker says this hotel sucks and he's going to leave us a bad Yelp review." And she screamed like bloody murder, and the whole place erupted in laughter. And I was like, "Yeah, okay, everybody's a little happier now. I'll leave." I didn't even think about that shit. I wasn't planning it.
Right. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't even know if I mean, when I actually go out there and do it and have like police interaction, I may not even like it, bro. I'll be honest with you. I may be like, "Oh, I'll leave that for them guys, and I'll just keep on watching and supporting them." You know what I mean? Because you don't know until you go out and do it. So I don't know. I just thanks, official forest monsters. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. He's cool. He's a cool
Yeah.
dude. I'm gonna work out how to understand
And
him. I don't know if it's
Wandering
Mike.
Hippie.
We'll figure it out.
Wandering Hippie. He's another person that I talk to in the community a lot. Not just I've been on his panel a few times, and I also talked to him on the phone. So
Have you watched Truth Be Told audits?
Yes, I have seen some of Truth Be Told
This
audit
man
videos.
walk up the time in the car with a cop. He'll be over there sharing his beer. He'll be up in there in his cheese grits. No joke.
Right. Yeah. See, and I mean, some people are built like that, dude. You know what I mean? Like we had a panel at one time, and it was the topic of the panel because you've seen how our panels go. We have a topic, we talk about the topic for a couple hours, and everybody weighs in on it, and then about after 2 hours, then you can't beat it. You just keep beating that dead horse. You know what I mean? So then we just go to open panel, just talk about whatever. But anyways, we had one topic that was, are you ready to take that ride? And that's what it was about like these auditors. You have to be built differently to be ready to go out there and do that and be ready to take that ride. So.
Well, that's another question I have for not just you, but auditors in general. Before you plan to go do an audit, before you do that first actual cop watch where you walk out there and you do something that you know might be frowned upon by the these blue line fellows,
Mm-hmm.
do you go ahead and retain a lawyer, or do you wait until you're in the shit to get it done?
I mean, you're going to get, I'll tell you what, dude, out here, you're going to get mixed emotions about that. Because some people will tell you don't even retain a lawyer because it's worthless. You're just spending money for a person that works for the system.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. We had some of the dirtiest shenanigans behind the scenes in this county I've ever read of. We had circumstances here that I would tell you and you would tell me I was lying. But I will see if I can find the actual newspaper clippings.
All right.
See if I can actually bring it up. But I'll have to go look and see. Some of that good old boy bullshit.
And that's another thing that I don't understand. Like I would, like if I was going to go out auditing or cop watching, I guess some of these guys, when they cop watch, they just stumble upon things. So they just get out with their camera and jump at it. But my thing is if I'm going to go cop watching or auditing, and that's going to be my thing, I'm going to make sure I got bail money and someone to bail me out on standby. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to go to jail and then just be sitting in jail while my other auditing friends are out on the street going, hey, we need donations and PayPal to get tow4life out of, he got arrested, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
Thing is if you're going to be out there running that risk and people are willing to foot the bill on that, I don't necessarily have an issue with it.
No, I don't have an issue.
I have with it is when people go out and do one audit and spend 3 weeks begging for money after it, using that same audit. That kind of bothers me. But hey, to each his own. If you can get paid doing that, I'm not gonna judge too hard. Panelers, there's a little bit of shade going on in the auditing community against panelers currently. Hey, Dragonette, welcome to the show. Hammer Time Media. I don't know if I said hey to you earlier.
Hello, Dragonette. Hello, Hammer Time.
You got to get that girl Zoom. We get Dragonette a zoom lens. It'll change her whole game.
Oh man, I love Dragonette and her videos. Man, they're awesome.
I like that. I like that she listens to chat a little bit. Like not always a great idea, but the other day she was doing. I think it was her. I'm pretty sure it was her. She was in public. It was a publicly accessible mall space, which is technically private property, and if constructed by the mall or the mall's owner, is therefore private property, and you can be asked to leave by the mall service. It's a fuzzy point.
Christmas
I mean,
Eve, Christmas Eve, or the day before Christmas Eve. That was Dragonette. I remember because I was in
yeah,
her chat that day.
she almost went to jail that day on
I
a
know.
print that was slightly misplaced, and I was like, please just walk away right now. They've only asked you to leave. Just leave.
Yeah.
I know it feels wrong, but in the circumstances, not knowing for sure whether she's in public or on private, I don't know.
Mhm.
Hey, 007, how you doing, brother? Ain't seen him in a minute. I
Oh.
lurk in your chats, by the way. I don't always speak up because you've got a fairly heavy dose of trollery going on over there, and I ain't got nothing against you at all. I had a blast with him on the show. If you haven't checked out his content, you need to. It's certainly mind expanding. It's definitely different.
Yeah, when there's a lot of trolling and stuff going on in the chats, and and there's a lot of people in there, and a lot of chatters are chatting like a whole bunch. I'll lurk because I'm real slow on the keyboard. So
Yeah,
if there's a big conversation going and a whole bunch of people, like I'm so slow on the keyboard that I won't even talk no more, because by the time I get it out there, everybody's already on another topic. So I'm just like, whatever. I'll just lurk and watch and read what everybody says.
you want to see something I found?
Go ahead, man.
I was looking around trying to find some decent small channels and whatnot. Now I'm going to freaking eat this microphone is what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat it. Anyway, I was tooling around, trolling, I guess you could call it. And if you're ever curious how hard it is, I'll work to find some of these channels. Go try to find you a 100 sub channel without knowing the name, without even knowing what channel you're looking for, and find a good one, not just 100 subs, but 100 subs and making content weekly and doing the thing, right? This kid, I think he's been going at it for about maybe 2 years. It might be 3 years. He's been going at it for about 3 years. He just broke 5,000 subs. When I first found him, he had like 4.2K, and he's picked up close to 1,000 subs in like the past 2 weeks. And
Wow.
I watched a little bit of his videos before I started trying to talk to him, and I don't know. Maybe the algorithm smiled upon him or something. I don't know, but he's got this. I love the way he talks.
Hello there. In today's video, I would like to talk about hardened leather armor, or cuir bouilli, and an idea I've had regarding it. Now, cuir bouilli is one of those lost technologies. We can't say for certain how it was made.
Isn't
And it
that
seems
great?
like every armor maker's got their own technique for hardening leather.
That's fantastic.
Some people
This
bake
gentleman's name
wet leather
is
over a
Malcolm,
form until it becomes hard like wood.
Let's see.
Other people soak leather in
that in
hot
the,
water until it becomes slightly harder and stiffer,
Let me make that
or else
stop.
boil it until it becomes brittle.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're gonna do the little searchy so you can see what it looks like. See the little thing there, Malcolm PL, and he's picked up I said about 70 subscribers like today. Since like yesterday, I think he was at 4 or 5.1 last night when I looked. So I mean, he's putting on weight quick. My man's growing,
Right.
and he's got lots of excellent footage, like the wooden Iroquois armor series that he does. Look at him; he's got a 1,000,000 sub channel. He just ain't there yet.
Right.
I mean, it's glorious. It's excellent stuff. I should definitely go check that one out. I mean, if nothing else, you sit back and sleep to the man talking. I swear to God, that was the first one I got a hold to was a story. I don't remember what the story was about because my ass was out in about 13 seconds. He was like, "I would like to talk to you." Out. I was like, "Yeah, I'd like to hear you." Gone.
Yeah, he's got a good voice, man. I liked it.
I want him on my channel. I do.
That's when I first started doing panels, man. Real quick, that's what I was always worried about was my voice, because your voice sounds different than what you think it sounds like.
Yeah.
On mic, and I was always worried about my voice, man. And I'm like, man, I sound like shit. And I just had a lot of people, a lot of my friends out here. They were like, "No, bro, you got a good voice, man. You're good. You sound good. You got like a real deep, baritone voice or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, all right. Well, if you guys like it, I mean, whatever."
That's Connor. I missed Bigfoot and on. He snuck in without me seeing him.
Yeah, I seen he was in there.
We got Bigfoot and on. We had somebody else, 007,
Right.
both in here. He was a guest. He's got probably the most poignant show I've done yet. I mean, I don't know if he. I don't want to accuse anyone of trolling. I don't believe he was trolling me, but he was a very happy and jovial individual. Hey, you be chilling.
Yeah, you be chilling. What's up?
We went live, and he told the most amazing, sad story you could imagine. I can't even do it credit, but I mean, it was certainly heartfelt, and I can certainly respect the passion that went into that. And God bless you, man. But I was kind of hoping for an upbeat sort of thing. I had some jokes lined up in the show, and I just deuced them out on the fly. I was like, that ain't the right feel for this. I shouldn't be joking here. This ain't a good spot for it. But it was a great show. You should go check it out. It's maybe my 6th or 7th one, 8th one.
Hippie's one of the ones where I may not stay in his panel with the sound going the whole time, but if he's live, I'll bring his panel up and I'll put it on one of my other screens and I'll leave it up just for the watch hours. So he gets the watch hours of me watching, but I'll have the volume down and I might be doing something else. So I always do that for Hippie. I like Hippie. Hippie's a good person. Yeah, he's an awesome guy, man. Like even to talk to outside of YouTube, he's a really nice guy, you know. So Hippie's one of my favorites out here on the panels and stuff for sure.
Mm-hmm. I dig his show, and I kind of like what he's got going on. I like a little bit more of a regimented kind of situation. I like having a topic, and we can kind of try to stay on topic. The great part about hosting channels the way I do is our topic is your channel. And is there anything you'd rather talk about?
But since you said that, I just want to let everybody know that a lot of people in here, they see me with World Citizen News on World Citizen News's live streams and panels. I'm still going to be part of World Citizen News's live streams and panels. He's working on some stuff in the background and he's trying to make his channel do some things different. But I do want to let everybody know that me and Road Dog are going to start probably a 3-night-a-week show, and it'll be on Road and Tow is the YouTube channel, the Road and Tow Show. And
Show.
The Road and Tow Show. Yeah, that's the name of it. The Road and Tow Show.
That was like a variation on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride that I might not want to go on.
But yeah, I mean, we're gonna first stream from our channels, the Road Dogs Media and tow4life, and try to get people to move over and sub the Road and Tow. And what's that?
I said I have a mission for you. Hey, Jen Wow, welcome to the show. Glad to have you.
What's up, Jen Wow?
All right, check this out. So I was thinking, suppose, I mean, how many auditors do you reckon we have on YouTube?
Oh God.
Active, not paneling auditors, but active auditors, like truth be told, out there once a week or so.
Auditors and cop watchers, I would say you'd be in the thousands.
Probably, I'd go 20 or 30,000, maybe.
Right.
There's a bunch of small ones.
Yeah, I got 400, I think, that I sub to. I'm sorry.
So here's what I was thinking. Why wouldn't it be possible for somebody using a Restream setup to set up a multi-stream from several different auditors and have it clearinghoused in the same location? That way, whenever anything happens to the cameras, when an auditor gets arrested or whatever, yes, he's streaming to YouTube, but you never know what YouTube might do with that footage. You never know what the cops are going to do with the actual physical camera. You never know what's going to happen after you get the footage and it gets eaten by your laptop. You never know. The idea came to me from, I can't remember the dude's name, but back during the Summer of Love riots, he was restreaming all the different riots from streamers inside the riots, right?
Right.
So if you wanted to know what was going on in Portland during the Summer of Love, you would go to his channel and go see what was going on in Portland on the ground. Not now, he didn't go out and film that stuff. He was just friends with all these people, and people would hook him up with the different links, and he would restream it and bring up whatever was most eventful at the time. And it gave me the idea of, is there a reason why we can't synchronize our watches and do an audit in 5 major cities by 3 different auditors per city? Possibly 3 different types of audits?
I think in theory you could. I mean, that sounds
Something
good, but
something
here's
that
the problem, man. A lot of auditors, they say they're all out here, and this is just me on the outside looking in. They say they're all out here for the same thing, but a lot of them are at each other's throats or don't like the other ones for a certain reason. Oh yeah, that we have a YouTube channel. We've had it for a couple months now.
Hell, my bad. I'm sorry. I meant to post it.
Oh, Road Dog said he's working on getting the link right now.
Um,
So yeah. We made it up a couple months back, and what happened was I started doing the nightly panels with World Citizen, and Road Dog had some other things
those are
going
cool.
on.
Those are real cool.
Yeah,
Like-
so that's why we put Road and Tow Show on the back burner. But since I'm gonna try to piece myself between the both of them, World Citizen, Road and Tow Show,
Right.
kind of do my own thing, because me and World Citizen started it together, so I don't want to just walk away from that and go straight to my own. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I'll if my suggestion, and it's just a suggestion. I'm not telling you what to do with your channel. Maintain the show. There's no reason not to. It seems to be beneficial. You seem to be enjoying it. Look into doing something like the review type stuff that you were talking about doing. Something I would like to see. You've got people out there like Audit the Audit. And then you've got other assholes like Schrodinger's cat. And they kind of look at the same video and see 2 totally different pictures. Right.
Right.
I think it would be neat to have somebody middle of the road who's not a lawyer, who's not a professional, and not a who's not all up on his P's and Q's about all of it. Because there's a lot to be said for common sense.
Yep.
There's a lot to be said for common sense.
And that was going to be what it was when I was thinking about doing that. That's what it was going to be about. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have the big words. I don't have the case laws. Half the time I can't understand the freaking case law because they use all the damn big words. And I'm just a damn, tow truck driver, electrician. That's what I am. So I was going to do it on my take on it with common sense.
And I'd like to hear it.
Right. Well,
I'd very much like to hear it. In fact, I'm trying to get, and I might ask you to come back for this one because this might be interesting. If I can get Ozark Yeoman on this weekend, the topic for our discussion is supposed to be the filtration of police force using the corona mandates to filter out the people who are not willing to abridge your rights just to get a conviction, right? Because there's been lots of police that have been quitting the force specifically because they're having to enforce these mandates.
Right.
And these people are leaving the force and going and doing other things. I imagine generally security work or something along those lines. I don't really know. Hey, Yin Yang, is he in here? I miss him. I hope I didn't miss him. I like him. He does good stuff. No, I don't think he's in here. Cheese is just being a pal.
Keeper List is in here, and he wouldn't tell me earlier before Christmas if I was on the naughty list or the nice list because he keeps all the lists. And come to find out, Christmas came and I was on the naughty list.
I was certainly on the list. I was very naughty Christmas.
Right.
I'm going to apologize again right now to the raging atheist. I got roariously drunk. I got God's own drunk, and I went to his chat and showed an ass of myself. And I do apologize. That is not my usual behavior. I am a nice guy now. I just forgot that I wasn't a troll for a while, and I apologize. Got a little drunk, a little mouthy, and my fingers got a little ahead of my mockingbird mouth outrun my hummingbird ass for a little while. How about that?
All right.
Anyway, it's a show, right? I had a couple of more little things. we've you got anything you got planned out front, like other than your panel stuff, your
No, man. Like I said,
merch?
I pretty much told you. I got when
Okay,
I go back to Ohio to see my parents and see my grandkids, I'm gonna hook up with an auditor up there, I think, and give that a shot. If this stuff goes through about Florida, I'm gonna go there and give that a shot. Uh, if I decide to go where authority checks at, I, I'm gonna give that a shot. So yeah, I mean, there is content
wherever you
coming.
go, make sure you sit down and you go over those public display laws and whatnot. 'Cause they're all different. They're all a little different. All the little, at least in Georgia, every
Yeah,
municipality has a different explanation for what a public disorderly or a disorderly conduct. These are different things in different places. So you kind of got to
Eh,
read the fine print on different
yeah.
municipalities.
I'm gonna read up on it wherever I go, but I also that's kind of why I'm gonna
Yeah, you get
pick
an
and
expert
choose.
built there, right?
Right, pick and choose the people that I go with, the people that aren't gonna allow me to
Right.
cross that line. You know what I mean? They know
People
what
got
they
it
can
figured
do.
out. That's cool. That's a good
But
deal.
I really don't want to even talk to the police. I just kind of want to sit back and film. I'll let the guys
I,
that I'm with talk to them. You know what I mean?
that's why I was suggesting we need a resurgence of silent filming in America. We need some people that okay, don't get me wrong. I love Jeff's style. I love the way he does it. But it's real hard to look at a judge in the morning, saying, "Well, I wasn't starting any shit," and those weren't fighting words when you got a little dander up and you started cussing at the cops. I mean, is it a arrestable offense? I don't think it should be. That's just free speech. But is it rude? Fuck yeah. And if I'm a cop, you start cussing at me, I might have to bend a few fucking rules because I've been offended. Now, I don't think cops should think that way, but you know good and damn well they do. So they're people too.
All right.
Um, but they should hold themselves to a slightly higher standard than the rest of us. You want to pretend like you got extra rights, you get the extra standards too, bud.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean no qualified immunity and murder a small family by shooting through the freaking house and going, oh well,
It was a mistake. Sorry.
Lord. Anyway, you got to get upset about real things. No. All right, so I'm gonna do a little play out. I got a couple of little video things. I'm gonna give mandatory carry his 15 minutes of fame. I got to get him back on the show because I kind of screwed the pooch on his episode. Him and Untethered Live both. Neither one of them actually have an episode on the channel, and both of them were guests. And I've got to get them both back in so that I can have my complete set that I've been after. I got to do the trifecta: mandatory carry, Untethered Live, and the Carnal Conservative. I want all three of them on the same show. I'm going to run screaming into the night. It's going to be fucking great. Let's see what he has to say about it.
Related notes. There is a little clause in last year's, I think it was, defense appropriations bill to install kill switches in cars. Oh, gee, oh my, how could this ever be abused? Just every single way possible. I'm going to start with the easy one. Spoofing.
My man will spend 2.5 hours chewing down a particular concept just to get to a point where you and him disagree, and y'all can agree to disagree on it. He will chew that shit all the way down, like finally figure out exactly where it is that you and I differ.
All right.
On this side of this line, it's all the way his way. Oh, that's this side of this line. That's where I draw the line. I'm not going any farther down that street. Anyway. So that's the show, folks. I want to thank tow4life for coming in, being on the show, showing up. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me up here, and thank everybody in the chat. Thank you all for being here.
Each and every one of you, like a brother and a sister, I swear to God. All right, well, that's the show, and I appreciate everybody coming by. We had quite a crowd tonight. We had about 20 people, 22 people come in at the same time. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's always good. If anybody wants to get in touch with me about a position on the show, or I do recorded responses as well. I've got a few different formats that I'm willing to play with to try to get your channel out there. You do have to produce at least one excellent component. That's all I request. Whether you're an excellent narrator, or your filming is fantastic, or your set is beautiful, or your lower thirds are fantastic. I mean, I'm not real picky as long as you're putting in good effort, good work, and a good try. Or if you just want to troll me, that's Caucasian Sasquatch at gmail.com. Just hit me up. I'm literally everywhere. I got a whole bunch of other stuff like Instagrams and things like that, but I don't ever really use them. So we're going to try to work into that stuff in the upcoming year. We're going to try to grow into what I've kind of got set up here, and hopefully, maybe at some point in time, we might expand out to a few other platforms. Although I really like the YouTube atmosphere that I've had going on, so I'll probably stick around here for a little longer, exclusively. American Justice Audit, it's good to have you in here. Well, if you are beautiful, we'll just look at you and smile a lot. No harm, no foul. I think it's okay. It'll be fine. Oh, wrong hole. That one. Yep. Yep. What if? I don't know. We'll figure that. Burn that bridge when we get to it, I suppose.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Absolute fucking disaster candy, man.
And that is the crux of the issue when defining who or what is true conservatism, because what we've been trained to think in our modern era is that the core root of all of our beliefs and behaviors are inherently rooted in principles. And that is a problem, in my view, because conservatives today, not being represented by any principles of any institutions, are not driven by the principles that are being projected by our institutions in society. We are instead governed by the forces of nature. We are governed by reality.